about things that are NFT, things that are, on images, they are worthless, but it really depends on which brand, is actually adopting this technology. For example, Nike, they did their own NFT collection. Starbucks did their own NFT collection. F1 team, Red Bull, they did their own NFT collection. So many of them. As long as you have a fan base, you could actually use this to interact with the fans. If you are into very serious things, example, without a better example, like real estate management, for example, you could also use NFT. You can use NFT as a token gated application or token for you to enter your real estate. You could use NFT to to store your real estate title deeds. All these things are more serious, and all this can be done. If you are in the like Bored Apes and so forth, some of these events that they created, you need to have the NFT for you to enter the event. So that is an NFT gated event. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. Same thing. If you are in the government, you want to clock into the go to work, you need to clock a card or whatever. Instead of just using your tap card, it can be also in the form of NFT. So that one is something that is very easy to do. You can implement this within your own department. Of course, the colleagues who are always late will not love you, yeah? And you can't change it. So it's the same thing, just like physical collectible, it can increase in value. The potential of growth, attracted investor, to diversify beyond just traditional asset. You could see this very much. I didn't like the example of real estate, but there are people selling real estate using NFTs. There are also people selling a basket of Bitcoin, a basket of cryptocurrency using NFTs. So there's a lot of ways that you use them. Don't just think of it as a speculative tool. There's a lot of different ways that you can use them for sure. Case study will be OpenSea. There's going to be two videos. One is very short. I'm going to play the really short one. The other one as to how to create digital asset. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you in terms of screenshots. So how you sell or how you create NFT on OpenSea. All right. So OpenSea is one of the leading platforms in the crypto space. Look at it as a marketplace. All right, don't look at it like, oh, it's OpenSea, it's blockchain or whatever. Look at this as a marketplace. Simple, sign in, prepare your digital asset, which is upload, mint it, set a price, find a place to promote, engage with a buyer, sell them. Seems to be very simple, but it's not so simple, yeah? Okay, so this is just really for illustration purpose. This is a very short 3-minute video just to illustrate how you create them. Can I get Shanti to...
Let's click on Create an NFT. Here you'll land on this page where you can start essentially with the simple steps to mint your own NFT directly to your wallet. Let's click on Create a New Collection. And you will need to deploy a contract that your item lives in. So you can do a similar thing here where
so these will be your collection logo.
You can choose a logo image.
Your collection name. And the symbol that you want.
The token symbol will auto-populate for you, but you can choose to change that if you want to.
Then choose your blockchain.
And you can see the blockchains that you are able to choose from to deploy your contract. Hit continue, and then you sign in your wallet.
This will be the process where you talk about MetaMask and so
Then when your collection has been created, you can see the screen. To keep on going, let's go to create an NFT. So now you can see that you can use the collection that you just created. And let's name this NFT to be something like Phoenix. And here you can set the supply of this item to mint. So one would make it a unique item. You can also have multiple quantities of the same NFT.
Put a quick description, and then put a
So you can
website link.
Choose to add an external link, or you can also do some traits. So here I might do blue, and you can keep adding more if you would like. And then obviously for this part, we would just insert a picture here. And that's it. That's all you need to do, and we'll hit create. It will tell you to sign in your wallet. So I just did that. And
It's
there
on
you go.
blockchain.
Your item has been minted. So if you go to view item, you can see that you own the items. It takes sometimes a couple minutes for this to show. There you go. And you can go on to list your item or just keep it in your wallet. The next time you come back to this flow, you can actually choose an existing collection that you've created through this flow. So I can actually keep adding to the Blue Waves collection. And let's say I add another item here.
Anyway, you can just keep adding. Not an issue.
5.
Pay some gas fees, yeah.
And hit create. Great. And so I'll show you the item, but you can actually see that you have multiple items now in the same Blue Waves collection. So you can keep adding to it as much as you like.
Okay. So it's a very simple, straightforward process. You know, to be very honest, it's just like you going up to Facebook, you know, example, or Instagram, adding a picture. But of course, there are a few things that she didn't really mention. One is, like I mentioned, you need to create a wallet. 2 is all these things are not free. Yeah, you need to pay a little bit of gas fees, you know. But the method is very straightforward. A lot of these things, you know, are all, are all done in this manner. Yeah. Next slide, please. All the way to the. Okay. This one, the one, the next one. Yeah, this one is very lengthy. You know, I'm not going to do that. Okay. You know, then how you sell it is still the same, like what the lovely lady has mentioned. Share the link, promote, you know, leverage on all your community, they'll pay directly to your wallet. You know, these are things that let you open up how you think, how you can sell your things, or how you can. I'll give you an example. You know, you can even have your own chain. You know, you could also do the same. You know, then the fees is zero because it's internal to you, right? I'll give you another case study. So for OpenSea, anybody, you create your own profile picture, you can upload, and you can kind of sell it. If people like your beard, you know, they'll buy it, right? So, but there are other platforms that are working very similarly, but they are not open to each and every creator, you know. So for Seed Photo is a photography NFT marketplace. You need to have a certain standard in order for you to enter into the NFT marketplace to do the necessary transactions. A very quick way to showcase, you know, how I look at it. You know, this is how you upload onto the Seed NFT platform. Very straightforward. First step, you know, once you are registered as a contributor, you could straight away join now, and you can be part of this whole network. Step 2, you have to put in your name, you know, your display name, your user ID. You know, they have extra process, you know, of asking, oh, who are you? you know, what are you doing? Because they are also worried because OpenSea is more open, right? Anybody could do it, but they want it to be very exclusive, you know, for certain creators only. So you have to go through the process of KYC. Then you know you look through the whole KYC. You know you need to put in your ID. You need to put in your sample artwork. You know the selfie with a note to show that you're a real human being. Because ID you could always Photoshop. You know, of course everything can be Photoshop, but they're trying their best to do it just to make sure that the process is there. Then the users decide, you know, what they want, what kind of awards they have, maybe even a referral link. Then you just agree, that's it. Your profile, if approved, it will be approved in about 24 to 48 hours. And then that's it. Next step, once you're approved, upload. Straight away click on the upload button, which is right on top. Create, choose your file, and then optimize it. Another cool thing about them is for people here who knows about OpenSea and so forth, you know, your artwork is actually limited by a certain size, right? But things like this, you know, you must be thinking, you know, all those JPEG that you have bought, you know, the resolution is really bad. I cannot print it for my T-shirt. You know, if you are like, you know, like me, you know, XL size, you know, it's pixelated, right? But if you join all those very specialized NFT marketplace, for example, when you create your asset, your digital asset, you know, you can even put up raw files. So if you're a photographer, you understand raw files are huge, you know, but you are able to do that on this platform. You know, because when people buy your photograph, they want it to be high res. They don't want to buy the kind of small JPEG. So these are specialized NFT marketplaces. Fill up the details, the photography type. They even have help you to promote your artwork. That's optional. Enable the different rights, the different royalty. Put in the address so that whenever people buy or resell the NFT, you still can get a percentage of the cut. Create. That's it. You know. Then again, the minting process is the same. You know, all you need to do. This example is very practical. You know, they show about the cost as well. So you need to confirm. You need to pay. Let's say, example, if it's on Polygon, you need to pay X amount of Matic. You know, that's how the blockchain makes money. You know, you pay the transaction fee. So this is how it works. After you mint, congratulations, tada. This is how it works, you know, in the space, you know. And again, you know, whenever people tell you about, oh, creating digital asset is very difficult. You know, number one, you can tell them I can use AI, right? Number two, you know, NFT is also digital asset. Straight away, just use NFT to do it, you know. But of course, if today you are trying to use NFT as a means to make money, it's kind of tough. You know, I will explain to you a little bit more. So NFT market, you know, it is continue growing. You know, of course, there are a lot of different other issues regarding securities and so forth. And of course, there are people saying that NFT lacks encryption, you know, leaving valuable information to theft and unauthorized access. These are all true, you know. And to be honest, in the last bull run, NFT is all about just profile pictures, you know, or some artwork, for example. And a lot of them has lost their value, right? You know, I have friends here, lost value a lot. But this is the truth, you know, because things evolve, and if the project didn't, you know, beef up their offerings, you know, the price will drop and the market drops as well. Anyway, right now, technology itself is used by big companies, but it's not so much used within the cryptocurrency space, right? Of course, there are ways to encrypt your NFTs, you know, to address all the different security issues. This encrypted NFT utilize advanced encryption to protect the information. All right, so there are ways to circumvent this. Of course, there are benefits to it: enhanced security. You know, you'll be more selective. You know, privacy is protected. personalized with a sense of uniqueness to it. Mitigating the right click and save function. People will not be able to save your NFT, right? So sometimes you have an NFT, another guy has an NFT because these are all JPEGs, right? But if you do it in this manner by encrypting it, nobody could grab hold of it. Of course, they can still do a screen grab, right? But these are all different ways to do it. Just want to share, the future of encrypted NFTs. ENFTs have already changed the way we detect and treat digital asset, but the introduction of the encryption layer adds an extra layer of privacy, like I mentioned. It's all about the protection. So to understand, you really need to try. I'm not saying that cryptocurrency is good or bad, right? I'm also not saying that government will be very pro cryptocurrency. But in order for government to also understand the true meaning of blockchain, or just DLT, they also need to know the full works on how, the end-to-end delivery is going to be like. If it's just talking about some back-end database, DLT has been around for a very long time, right? And there are many different ways to also kind of replace the technology. We had a conversation yesterday, database sharding, there's a lot of things that can be done, but why is cryptocurrency or why is blockchain unique? You definitely got to find some ways to link it back to how cryptocurrency is like, how your central bank is going to adopt it, how your next incentive program is going to come from this whole network. And again, you need to understand, you need to try it. If you really want to get your government, for example, to use the technology, you have to try it. Even simple things like creating an NFT is something for them to try. For example, if your country symbol is a nice flower, you could use the flower as an NFT, use the NFT, mint it, and give it to all your people. Let them try. You want people to be more digital. This is one way for them to adopt, right? So you need to try. And again, the emoji means is the end. But the session itself is not just telling you about e-procurement, e-licenses, and so forth and so on. I want to tell you that creating digital asset, there are many different ways to do it. It's not just purely about creating a back-end system or redefining what you already have. And then of course then there will be other debates that say, there's no need to have this thing to be on blockchain. So there's a lot of these thoughts. I definitely would have, if we start to walk around and have more personal thoughts, definitely such things is going to pop up. But for me, I just want to make sure that all of you can try. After today, you can create your own coin.
Already created.
Okay, good. Let me know. Yeah, so you can create, you can try. He's not going to sell it for sure, I think. But at least he tries it out. Try out. Don't think that you cannot be a developer. Yeah, you're not a developer, but the AI is helping you. So try that out. Same for NFT. If you are going to be, testing, trying to tell people, about this technology, try it. That's how we also convince these big brands. For example, last year I was talking to F1, talking to Red Bull. We need to convince them that, this is a way for you to engage with your fans, right? Red Bull is a big brand. They do not want to take the risk, but at the same time, they are willing to try, right? By trying, of course, they got good sales results, and they're happy. They're doing something this year, already started. So this is a process of asking big brands or even governments to try. If they don't try, they will not know. So that's my explanation. Again, ask me anything time. Come. But we only have one mic, I think. Anyone? No? No? I like it. So are you still creating your coin? All done? Any question? Okay. I have some more time. Anyone with anything, really? Just feel free to ask. No, don't worry about it. You can ask me about the market. You can ask me about anything. If you don't have, I cannot be talking for 15 minutes. You know, of course I can try. You know. Yes.
Should we encourage government to take digital assets?
I think no need to encourage them about digital asset. Most of them, if not quietly, they have really accumulated digital asset using maybe their sovereign wealth fund or using their sovereign wealth fund sub fund to buy them. You know, so I mean, I can't speak for everybody. You know, in Singapore itself, we know Temasek. So Temasek has a lot of different sub funds. You know, Temasek sub funds, you know, they are also investing into crypto-related architecture. You know, mining facilities. They are even investing into projects. You know, so if you ask me if they are investing into projects, are they holding on to any cryptocurrency? Yes, they are. You know, so I think that process has already been there. Different governments right now, they are also looking at creating their own central bank digital currency. You know, that might not be crypto, but I think the logic and the methodology behind it is very similar, right? But it's just a digital currency that they control, you know. But you know, all this whole process is trying to convince the government or tell the government, hey, you know, there are different ways, you know, to look at cryptocurrency or digital assets. You know, again in Singapore, there are already these exchanges. You know, they are like the Singapore Exchange. You know, they do stock, but they also give out license to do digital assets. You know, they give out license to do carbon credit running on blockchain networks. You know, they are also giving out licenses for them to run crypto exchange. You know, DBS is one of them that I mentioned yesterday. So I think all these things are already happening. You know, so don't need to convince them. You know, they actually know the benefits and they also know the not so beneficial side of things. You know, so they are trying to balance things out. And in fact, if you talk to different it depends on industry. You know, for example, if you are talking to the banking sector, you know, some of the banks have really adopted, you know, using blockchain to clear their funds. You know, and do they need to tell you that they did it using blockchain? They are not, because they are not. This is not a selling point to them. You know, so but a lot of businesses are already using the technology, but they are not telling you that, oh, it's powered by blockchain. It's just no selling point, you know, to them. Because to them, they just want this as a layer of security. That's about it, right? Hi. I always remember her when she asked about Arbitron, you know.
I think this is just a curious question. Since this generation, there's a boom in the usage of AI in terms of like creating digital art. Do you know any case study or instance wherein someone uses AI to generate digital art and then eventually sell it as or mint it as an NFT and thrive? Or are there any regulations related to? Because in AI there are no there's in terms of intellectual property and copyright or patent protection, I think there's a limitation in terms of filing copyright of a digital work, especially generated by AI. So I just want to know if there are instances or case study that these things happen in an NFT or blockchain space.
Okay. I wrote something about AI and copyright. You could also read about that. You can Google my name. Direct question about AI generated NFT or artwork. There are plenty of them. So many. Some of them are selling very well. You know, I'll give you an example. Of course, they might not say that they are AI artists, but if you Google hard enough, there are a lot of AI artists and AI NFT artists. You know, some of them create very simple design. You know, some of them they even sell the prompt to you. You know, so it's very crazy. You know, there are a lot of these instances. I don't want to say out the name, you know, or the person, because you know indirectly we are promoting them. But you know, I just want to tell you that there are a lot out there in the market that is using AI to generate NFT, and they're selling pretty well. Some of them, yeah, and some of them they use this as a form of creating multiple layers. You know, they could also use AI to create the different layers. So there are such instances going on. Is it ethical? I think yes and no. As long, you know, to me is as long as you can create your own community, you are able to sell them. You know, this digital asset is an asset. You know, so why not? You know, so again, you can use that. You know, as our good friend here. You know, just use AI, generate a badge. You know, maybe you don't sell it for money. You know, just put it to your friends. You know, all your besties will have this. You know, same character. Why not, right? And if you do it on OpenSea, very likely it's going to continue to be there. I hope. You know, and then everyone is just having a fun time. You know, because digital assets